Censorship is the control of the information and ideas circulated within a society. Today we are here with Ms. Janko, a media specialist at South Mecklenburg High School, to discuss the negative effects censorship has on students in our community in general.
What do you do for Banned Book Week?
Well, Banned Book Week is about raising awareness against censorship. So normally what I would do for Banned Book Week is display all the books that have been banned. And sad to say, there's been a lot of them. A lot of times when you put all those banned books out, it raises the question, well, why was this book banned? What's wrong with this one? And of course, every banned book has a story. Some of them may seem silly in retrospect because a lot of time has passed, but there's not one banned book that didn't involve a great deal of contention and emotion. Nobody is low-key about banning a book. If you feel something needs to be taken off a shelf, you feel very vehement about it. So it's something that is it is a very hot issue, one that's really never going to calm down. It's always going to happen. It's going to keep happening because we live in a wonderful country where we have a variety of ideas and viewpoints. So you're always going to have somebody raising an issue with some kind of material in a public library, whether it's a school library or a community public library.
What do you think about censorship?
I think it's wrong. I do not think it's wrong for people to censor what their children read. I think that's the job of being a parent. But I do tend to get very uncomfortable when a parent decides what the whole community should do. And that is why when a book becomes objectionable to a parent, it never becomes the decision of that one parent. As I said earlier, there's always going to be a lot of passion and emotion that goes with somebody wanting to take a book off the shelf. We always view books as a sacred thing. So if somebody comes along and says, I can't believe you have this book on your shelf, you need to take it off. Well, I certainly can't just do that. But what we can do, and what is always done, is the decision whether or not the book stays on or is taken off becomes a community decision. And there's a whole process that every community library, public school library, there's a whole process that goes into place to make that decision. A committee is formed, everybody reads the book, we go over it, we go over the issues that the person who raised the objection, we go over that, we discuss it at great length, and then a decision is made. The decision that my boss made, where she decided upon herself to pull off the book off the shelf, that's censorship. And she knew I wasn't happy about it, but she's the boss, and I didn't have much choice in the matter. But I did register my disapproval with her because she did not follow the standard procedure of letting the community decide. I think the community would have come to the same conclusion, but I think it would have had a little bit more weight and validity if the whole community had had the opportunity to make that decision. She didn't allow for that. She reacted and she pulled it off. And the decision to take a book off the shelf should be just that, a decision, not something grounded in emotion and reaction. You need to think about it. And sometimes, if the community decides that that's what needs to be done, so be it. Me personally, I don't think anything should be taken off. If I want to, watch and guide what my child reads, what my children read, then that's, a private matter, not a public matter.
Can you name some books that have been banned?
In the Night Kitchen by Maurice Sendak for nudity, which, if you read the book, it's a baby nude. There's nothing exploitative or offensive about it, but that's been objected to. Slaughterhouse-Five. There was I have a list. Let me look at my list. Harry Potter. Some people have problems with the whole idea of wizardry. So they're opposed to that. They think that it promotes belief in wizards. So that has been banned, and often. Twilight has been banned for its sexual undertones. The Chocolate War by Robert Cormier for offensive language. Harriet the Spy, because the reason was because it teaches children to lie, spy, talk back, and curse. That was the contention. In a Dark, Dark Room and Other Scary Stories by Alvin Schwartz, which is a book that, when I worked at a children's school library, was extremely popular. Kids that I worked with loved to be scared, and they loved that book. I couldn't keep that book on the shelf. That's been banned because it's been believed to be too morbid for children. Here's the thing, when you ban a book, sometimes you raise its appeal. So your intent to stop it from being popular kind of doubles back on you and doesn't work out that way.
What challenges do you face as a school librarian as opposed to a public librarian?
In a school library, this has not happened to me at South Mech, but it happens. You're serving the school community, and by extension, you're serving the parents of the children that you work with. And so, parents, of course, are very protective and passionate about their children. And so if you have something that's on the shelf that a parent considers objectionable, it is not unusual for the parent to get kind of upset with you personally because you represent the library and you're the person that allowed this objectionable material to proliferate. So they start to take things personally against you. And I've had that experience, not here, but I've had that experience at other libraries, at other school public libraries. And the key is to just not get caught up in that emotion and to always be courteous and understanding and to guide them to the process that's already in place to go about possibly removing the book. Once they see that you're not out to just disapprove of what they want and that you're not out to defy them, that generally tends to diffuse some of the passion and the argumentativeness. But I've had some parents get very angry with me because I'm the one that's letting this bad thing go on, and a couple of times it's been a little uncomfortable. But it passes, and again, it's about addressing the issue. And people love their children, and they want the best for their kids. And sometimes you get caught in the crossfire of that good intention.